Welcome everybody to ESC Fan TV. It's a Saturday night, which can mean only one thing. We are here to talk to you about the Big Five and the automatic qualifier and host, Switzerland. That's right. We've got a fantastic show lined up for you where we're going to take you through all 6 songs. Our panel of phenomenals are going to give you their take on whether these are potential Eurovision winners or sadly not. Is it likely to be Big Five, bottom 5, or are we going to see some potential top 5 flyers this evening? Before we get into that, though, let's say hello to tonight's panel. We're going to go and say hello to Phil and Michelle. How are you doing?
All right, thank you very much. Yeah, looking forward to this.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Honest, yeah.
Oh, I've missed you too, really. It's lovely to see you. And we've look who it is. We got an old friend of mine. How you doing, Martin?
Yeah, doing fine. Thank you very much for the invite onto this show. It's been good to see what we all think of the top 6, or the big 6, I should say.
Exactly. Yeah. And if you haven't already, make sure you go and check out Martin's Let Me Be the One radio show and podcast. It's not to be missed. We're going to say hello to all the way from Germany, the lovely Georgia. How are you doing?
Hi everyone. It's great to be finally on a show and to talk about Germany. Yay.
Yeah, we're going to come to you very soon, in fact. All the way from the north of England, it is the wonderful, beautiful Mick Ward. How are you doing, my friend?
Greetings from the moon. Yes. It's looking good and sounding good. Very good, thank you. Donny are champions. Yay!
Excellent. And all the way from, I think, also north of England. Although, to be fair, he can find him anywhere on an app on your phone if you have a certain... no, we won't go there tonight, Elliot. You're free from that. This is the last time I shall prompt you with that comment, and I will never do it again. How you doing, my friend?
Hi, thank you. And if you had innuendo joke from Stuart on your bingo card, tick it off now.
there's quite a few coming, to be fair. If you need a pretty long bingo card for tonight. Anyway, good to see my panel. We might also have a special guest lined up for you very shortly, so stay tuned. 27 of you in the chat already. Make sure you click the like button, the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed already, and also follow us on, I think, every social media. I think we're on everything, aren't we? What's that Mastodon we used to promote on? Anyway, if you like Mastodon, make sure you click on and subscribe on there. I think we're on TikTokers now and Instagram and all that jazz. Anyway, tonight we're gonna take you through the 6 songs that are automatically qualified. Done that already. We're gonna start with the very first entry, and you won't be surprised to learn we're gonna do it in alphabetical order. So we're gonna start with France. There we go. It's the lovely Luan with the song Maman. France with 66 appearances at Eurovision. 5, that's right, 5 victories, but haven't won for quite some time. Last victory in 1977 with Martin's personal favourite, Marie-Myriam's entry. Luan, she is now considered a musical icon on the French music scene. She first came to prominence at just 16 years of age on The Voice. With sold-out tours across Europe, she is so popular now. She lights up the stage with her voice, her sincerity, and her ability to capture the essence of human emotions. Maman is a song about Luan's late mother. So we had Slimani do pretty well in Eurovision last year with a beautiful ballad. I wonder how this is going to do for France. Martin, let's come to you first. What are your thoughts on Maman?
Yeah, it's a bit of an odd one, really, because France really had it all more or less. I think we all felt lined up for they were the last ones to present their entry to everybody, and I think everyone was thinking, was it going to be like Slimane? Was it going to be like Barbara Pravi? And I would feel that either one of those two was in this year, I think we'd be saying, oh, we're going to France next year. Not so sure about Luan, but she's very good to sing. Obviously, amazing to sing above the Stade de France pitch with a rugby crowd all round her, and brilliant singing. But I think a lot of this is going to come down to what the staging is going to be like, because we know that she can sing. It's a beautiful ballad, and staging, and also whereabouts in the running order, I think, because that could be quite critical. But this is probably going to be one of the ones where the jurors are going to like it, and every fan thinks that Austria is going to be the jury's favourite, but I think this could be instead. And then it's a question of how much do the public like it. And I think there's a lot of unknowns. It's going to be where is it based amongst what is around it, what other songs are around it, how does it stand out? But I like it, but it's not in my personal top 10. But I could possibly see this spoiling the Kai and JJ scenario of one of those two winning. I think this and maybe Netherlands could be the ones that could spoil the party, really.
I'll make you right there, Martin. I think this is a dark outsider, actually. A lot of people aren't talking about this to win, but I think this is the kind of song that juries could really get behind, and I think there'll be enough televoters as well. Elliot, what are your thoughts on this?
I'm pretty indifferent about this song. Like, it's fair in the odds, and we can't ignore that. And I do agree. I do think it's got a big, jury appeal because, it's a big ballad in French. People seem to love that. The jury seem to adore that. Televote, I don't see this landing. I think it's going to be mid-table with the televote, to be honest. Being blunt, it's not my favourite song in French this year. It's not my favourite song in French tonight. It's all right. She sings it well. But for me, as I said in that reveal show, it felt like it was going to go somewhere, and it didn't. It didn't go enough. I was expecting a little bit more from Luan. And a part of me is hoping they don't play too much on the whole mother and no longer here sort of thing. I'm quite worried, there's going to be pitch on the backdrop, or like her music video, there's a massive dollhouse or something. I'm worried it's going to lead into that. And France's issue has been the last decade they're staging. They very rarely stage a song successfully, in my opinion. I do think it'll do well. I think it'll get top 10. A winner, though, no, I don't think enough from the televote are really going to pull for it, because I remember we had this conversation about Lazara and, Slovane, but every time they fell slightly short. And I do think in the end, the ballads that will be in the final are very good. So I do think she might fall a little short. And as Martin said, with all these big songs, is it going to be put near or sandwiched between two of the bigger songs? Is she, by virtue, going to be forgotten? I don't think they'll be that silly, but it'll be very interesting if she is put in that position to see what happens. So it will probably do the best out of the 6 we've got tonight, but I would say probably 5th or 6th is its maximum, in my opinion.
Interesting. I do think France, I think maybe you've done France a bit dirty there, Elliot, because I think Voila was very well staged, but fair enough. It's all a matter of opinion, right? Brendan, joining us all the way from Ireland. Good to see you, and glad you could make it tonight. What are your thoughts on the French entry?
I thought the reveal was amazing. As a big rugby fan, it was a nice surprise to see that being brought during the first time singing there. But I think it's the only song that's got a chance of beating Sweden. I really do. I think it's technically very good. I feel that that is missing something. However, I don't know what that is, but maybe if they get the staging right, maybe that's what's missing.
Thank you, Brendan. By the way, Brendan's not from Ireland. I've just had a little thing in my ear to say he's from Wales. So there you go. Who knew? Everyone bar me. Apologies, Brendan. Good to see you. Mick, you love a good old French ballad, don't you?
I certainly do. And, Luan, she ticks all my boxes. Maybe there's a bit of passion, and I think maybe live and, as everybody said, with the right staging, I think this will come across, a ballad amongst all the big bouncy tunes often can stick out.
Yeah. I think we've lost you. We've lost you, Mick. All right, moving on to Georgia. Georgia, do you think this could be one of those songs that we see of recent years, songs that finish, in the betting odds, songs that are sort of third, fourth, tend to do much, much better than considered. Look at Måneskin a few years ago. I think it was third or fourth in the betting, ended up winning Eurovision. Could this be one of those songs that could potentially fly through?
No, I don't think so. To me, this is not a Eurovision song at all. Like, it's a gorgeous song, but I don't see what they can do with the staging to make it stand out. So it'll just be a really sad song, basically, because she sings about her dead mother, and that's the issue I have with it. Like, I can't listen to it. This and Slovenia, I have to skip them every single time because I'm like, no, this is too sad. And for me, it can work in Eurovision, obviously, but I don't think in this year there are so many better slow songs, and I think this could potentially even flop depending on where she's put in the running order. Maybe if she has a bit of an unstable day with her voice, I could see this being one of the songs that actually does quite a bit worse than we're all expecting right now.
Ooh, I'm not feeling a lot of love for France on the panel tonight. Phil and Michelle, after a spate of junior Eurovision wins, is it time for France to win Eurovision again?
I'm not sure if they're going to win it, but I think everyone else is deluded. This is fantastic, this song. And when we saw them in Amsterdam, behind her, she had like a backdrop or whatever, but she had the lyrics in English going up as she was singing it. And honestly, even my cold, dead heart felt something. It was like it was absolutely beautiful, and I think it's a clever trick to have the English words behind her, because then more of Europe are going to understand what she's on about. But she sang it beautifully, absolutely perfectly, and I think it's going to do a lot better than all you miserable sods think it's going to.
I think as well, France have been clever because everyone has to qualify purely on a televote. So there's a lot of televote friendly songs here, and this is by far a jury friendly song. And it's aiming to take advantage of the jury, but at the same time, because there aren't many other songs like that going to be in the final, I think it's going to stand out quite well.
Yeah.
So I think this could do well.
You're all wrong. Mark our words. It's going to be top three.
Yeah, I'm not going to say it's going to win, but I think it will be certainly top 5, maybe even top 3.
And whoever mentioned Maneskin obviously never watched our drunken episode straight after San Remo, where me and Phil predicted that was going to romp it by a mile.
Yeah,
go back and watch it. It's still there.
Well, no, I was the one who raised Måneskin, but I said that they weren't favourite in the bookies because they weren't. They were 3rd or 4th favourite when Eurovision came around. By the way, France is the 3rd favourite. Do we think France are going to finish in the top 10, gang? Thumbs up if you do, thumbs down if you do not. 3, 2, 1. There we go. Everyone thinks they're going to finish in the top 10. Good year ahead for France then, by the sound of things. Right, let's move on to Germany. Germany are represented by Abor and Tina. I hope I haven't mispronounced that with a song. I think I pronounced that correctly. They're a brother and sister duo from Vienna, but they are representing Germany, of course. They've got an incredible musical background. And Balla is a song about a breakup that Tina went through recently. So, yeah, this is a really interesting track, actually. I quite like this. It's right up my street. There are, of course, those in the I hate this word, fandom. I'm gonna have to get it out. I've done it now. It's out there in the ether that think that this isn't going to be performed particularly well live. Let's find out what our panel think. But before we go to the rest of the panel, we must start with Georgia because it's your entry from your country. What is your thoughts on it? What do you expect to happen? And also, what is the general feeling in Germany about this entry?
Right. So as a German, I expect bottom 5, bottom 3, maybe. It's just no matter who we send. But no, I wasn't following the national final too closely, so I really don't know what other options were there. When I first heard the song or like snippets of it on TikTok in particular, I thought, ooh, like this could be something. It's kind of modern. It's in German, which I'm very pleased about. I think it was the only German song, so that's kind of surprising. But it's just, I don't like the song as a whole. I think only the Balla part works. And there's the issue with her not being able to sing it purely because of the effects on the Ballala, I think. So I don't know. I think it could work. I think they need to rework the staging because I hate it where she, what's it, a cello, where she destroys that. I think that's just completely stupid. And I don't know. I think if they really get a good staging going, it could potentially end up somewhere like 20th, maybe 15th, somewhere around there. Just because it's something a little bit different. But again, I mean, the support here in Germany, I haven't really heard it on the radio. It's not being played anywhere, mentioned even anywhere. I mean, I'm guessing the upcoming week with Eurovision, it's going to be in at least a couple of news outlets. But so far, there's been radio silence, which I think is sad because the studio version in particular is really good. I just don't see it working on stage. And since it's German, it's probably going to flop. So, maybe 20th.
Thank you very much, Georgia. Well, I'll tell you who will enjoy it, Phil and Michelle, because they'll be in Euro Club dancing to this. What are your thoughts on it?
I'm going to be kicking it large when this goes, hey, Germany, and off I go, because obviously I'm the best dancer when I'm drunk, and there'll be arms flailing everywhere. Make sure that you keep your distance.
I mean, I like this. It's not really my sort of music, I suppose, because I'm an old bugger, but I think it's good that Germany's sending a song in German, and it's sort of a modern song. It's not trying to be a Eurovision song. It's modern music. It's something different, but I think it will need staging. It'll need to be presented well.
They need to contain her because she was a bit runny aroundy in the national final sort of thing, and I think. So she was a bit breathy and struggling to sing it because of the enthusiasm that she gave. I think, who was it the other year that they stuck something round them, didn't they, to stop them from dancing around? Or you can always go the Jedward route and put them in that big blow up, what is it, paddling pool?
Oh, yeah.
For the water so that they can't go anywhere. They have to stay there.
But not a plinth, though.
But not a plinth.
No.
No, we do not advise a plinth. Plinth is the death of a song. You can't put her on a plinth. But I think if she can sing this, I think it's going to do really well.
Yeah.
And if we remember last year, was it Georgia? You said, "Oh no, girl, look what we're sending. Oh, it's awful." Did quite well, even though he was stood behind a bin fire. He did really well.
He looked like he was on a picket line.
He did look like he was a picketing something. Yeah.
But it did well, yeah.
But it did well. So don't never say never, Georgia. With the right staging, as long as it's not a bin fire, I think you'll do quite well. I think you'll be surprised.
I think this could come top half.
Definitely.
Yeah.
It's
Hold your horses on that. We'll do that after.
Yeah. It's 21st in the betting as well.
It's not last. Funnily enough, the plinth, though, I think goes to France this year. I think France are going to have a plinth.
No, no more plinths.
I mean, Eurovision should have a ban on plinths, on man buns, and just dancing in random ways, right? I mean, there's three things there. Anyway, thank you very much for your view, Brendan. This I actually find this slightly annoying in the sense that it has so much promise, but everything we've seen live, or everything we've seen in the German national final and since has been quite disappointing. I wonder whether Germany are going to bring it at the Eurovision stage. What are your thoughts on that?
I think it's almost irrelevant whether they do or don't. I really don't get the song. I appreciate it in German, and that's a nice change. Like last year, Isaac was a fantastic song. The staging was brilliant. This song, it's like a nightclub noise. I really just don't get it. You don't mind the beat, but it's lost on me. I've got nothing positive to say.
Well, it's all about opinions. Thank you, Brendan. Martin, is this one you choose to play at home as well as on your radio show?
It's actually really good as a studio track, and I enjoy it. I'm quite happy switching it on and listening to this one. Not a problem. The main thing is seeing it in the German national final, which was when the bit that they've got for Eurovision, the official videos. I think it's more or less the best performance we've seen live, and she sings this really well when she's done acoustic versions. But I'm not sure how this is going to translate live at Eurovision with all the sort of backing track and things like that. So it'd be interesting to see what we get from that. And also staging. She's obviously having a good time. Her brother's enjoying playing the cello. Whether, as Georgia was saying, whether they'll keep the smashing the cello in bit, I don't know. But I think there's lots of unknowns with the German one, because they obviously, we know that they didn't really do the promos at all. So I don't think we really got a lot to go on. So this could be a total surprise that it does a lot better than the fandom thinks it's going to do, because it all comes together. But yeah, it's just a bit of a, no idea at the moment. I mean, it's my number 12 overall, based purely on the song. But yeah, as I say, I think it could be anywhere. Not as in, I don't think top 10, but it could literally be sort of just inside the left-hand side all the way down to the bottom 5. No idea, really.
Thank you, Martin. Mick, in the last 4 contests, Germany have finished 25th twice and last twice. How's this going to do for you? And you have to turn your mute off as well.
I certainly do. Yes, I think they'll do better than those positions, the last ones. I like the nightclub noise. Protect the cello, though. Protect the cello. I agree with what Martin was saying. Really, there's a lot of unknowns with this one, and I think with the right lighting, that might help shush it up a bit.
Thank you, Mick. And Elliot, from a performance perspective, Tina does like to walk around a bit, and it does appear to have affected her vocal. And in the music video, they've effectively dubbed the live vocal with the audio track from the actual song itself to replace the live vocal from the national final. So how's this going to go on a live stage from your perspective? Do you expect this to be something wonderful or something that we're going to look on in amazement or shock horror?
I'm hoping for the former, because the truth of the matter is we've never actually heard her sing this song well. She was unwell in the national final. She had laryngitis at Amsterdam, which made her pull out of London. So she's never actually sang this song live at full capacity. I think she should be a bit more static and let dancers do the work for her, to be blunt, because as you said, you're that it's a very wordy, fast song. It's going to knock you. I'm glad Germany are sending this, because it sounds like it's from Germany with the music. It's in German. It is the most unique song this year. We don't have anything else this sort of electro nightclub sound at all. There is a market for that who watch Eurovision who will latch onto this. Her styling and her performance is very reminiscent of Charlie XCX and her whole thing last summer. It's clearly influenced by that, which people will pick up on. So there is a lot of potential for this to go well. But again, if she does too much, this will sadly sink like a stone. I would love her to get a similar result to Isaac and Germany keep that faith in moving forward. Because as you said, yes, he was stood behind a bin fire, but Isaac had one of the best voices last year by a mile. The song still stands up now. So I am wanting the best of them, because the song is good. It's a catchy little bop. It's a little repetitive, but it does get in your head. So yeah, I hope she is A, healthy, and B, doesn't do too much. And they've kind of said, you need to rein it in a bit and just let everything else happen around you. Because as I always say, it's easier to be offended by your ears than your eyes. Stage, you can go hit and miss with a bad vocal. You instantly go, yeah, no. So I'm going to keep the faith. I'm going to say it will still, do all right for Germany. Better than, the last few years, Isaac aside.
Great stuff. All right, gang. Thumbs up, top 10. Thumbs down, not top 10. Whatever that looks like. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Not sure. There you go. Bit indifferent for Germany. Poor Germany. Hopefully, Georgia are not at 25th position again or last. All right, let's move on. Italy. Lucia Corsi with the song that translates, because I'm not going to bother with the Italian, as I Want to Be a Tough Guy. Italy with 49 appearances, 3 victories. Of course, we know that the last victory was just a few years ago. He's an Italian singer-songwriter. He is multi-talented when it comes to instrumentals. He plays multiple instruments, and his music draws inspiration from both the great Italian and classical singer-songwriter traditions, with influences ranging from Paolo Conte and Lucio Dalla to Bob Dylan and Randy Newman. So lots of different styles. Effectively, he's inspired by 1970s glam rock, and you see that in his live performance in San Remo. Let's go to Phil and Michelle. You stay up all night and watch this. I don't. I know nothing about San Remo. Tell me all about it. Why did this one get selected? Because it didn't win.
No, it didn't win. It came second, but the artist who won declined to participate in Eurovision.
That's a good start. It's a good start for Italy.
He was touring. He was touring. He didn't think he was going to win, and he booked a tour, and he didn't want to cancel his tour and let everybody down.
So yeah, I like this. I think it's quite a gentle song, and I'm not sure how well it'll compete. It is sort of like a gentle 70s-ish. I don't know if you call it glam rock. I mean, his style's glam rock. I don't know if you describe this as glam rock. It's a bit more sort of the more gentle end of the 70s music. Yeah.
Glam rock ballad, maybe, though.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, there's also, I've heard people say that the reason he did so well in San Remo was on the covers night. He did a cover of Nel Blue di Pinto di Blue with Topo Gigio, who's like an ages-old Italian puppet, sort of like the Italian version of Pinky and Perky or something like that. You know. Yeah. So there was a big nostalgia element that might have done him some favours in San Remo. But I like this.
I like it. It's a nice, gentle, sweet song, and he sings it really well. And I don't think there is anything that's quite like this that's about, you know. So there's no nudity in it. There's no, I don't know, no filth. It's just a nice, good, old-fashioned, gentle song.
It's sort of about wishing he'd like been more of a tough guy, you know, growing up, and he wasn't really, you know.
Yeah, but he does it, and you can tell why he wasn't, because he does it to such a lovely, gentle song. I'm sort of quite glad he didn't grow up to be a tough guy, because I like this. I know his look's going to put some people off, but I think it's a lovely, beautiful, gentle, nice Eurovision song that nobody can be offended by.
I think that's a fair assumption, a fair view on that particular entry. I actually think there'll be a lot of people that would like this. I think it's being criminally underrated. Brendan, what are your thoughts?
I agree. It's a very sweet song. It's not going to offend anyone. It's technically very good. He's a fantastic singer. I think he was unlucky not to win San Remo. But again, it's one of those. It'll either stand out or it's going to be a complete flop. I don't think there's any middle ground for it. It's either going to resound with the fans and they're going to love it and they're going to vote, or they're not. I personally, I really like it. It's a fantastic song.
Thank you, Brendan. Elliot, do you enjoy the Italian entry? I mean, it's a different kind of Italian entry. They've been out of the top 10 since 2016. We'll find out later when we do our vote whether we think that's going to be the case or not. But you know, Italy tend to do well. They tend to pull in votes even when the song's maybe not as strong as normal. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, no. This song just has no imprint on me whatsoever. And I think there's a few things working against him. You know, the song is nice, but as a lot of people who've heard this who aren't involved with Eurovision, when I've showed them music, they don't get it from this. They say it sounds very British musically. Apart from the Italian language, it's a very British sounding song. His look, again, is very off-putting, like with the white makeup and everything. A lot of people said, like, that's, you know, they're not paying attention to the song because of his outward appearance. And I understand, you know, when I first saw that, I was a bit like, okay, who is, to be blunt, who is this clown with clown white makeup, what looks like a wig and giant Freddie Mercury shoulder pads? Like, what is going on here? I get it is a very nice, gentle song, but in the same sense, it doesn't feel competitive in the slightest. I think Italy will do all right, at least because people love Italy. People always vote for Italy religiously. It happens every single year. But for me, this is one. It's not a toilet break. None of the songs are going to be a toilet break for me. I think that's a bit of a disservice to them. But it's one I'm not really going to pay attention to in the final. And the fact that it's 15th in the odds, I think, is also showing that a lot of people don't have a lot of faith in the song. Italy's normally fifth or sixth at least in the odds. No one is saying a word about this, and it is sad. But for me, it's just no. I preferred Ollie, and I wish he had gone. I understand the reason why he didn't, but I would have much rather had Ollie compete over Lucio. Sadly.
Thank you, Elliot. Georgia, is Italy doing it for you?
Surprisingly, yes. I mean, this isn't a song I would play in my car on my way to work because, again, it's a bit too slow for me. I like the fast songs, obviously. But no, for some reason, I do really appreciate this. And I think if Portugal doesn't qualify to the final, then this really has a chance to kind of stand out, especially if maybe the running order puts it somewhere right between, the really fast, funky songs. This can be a really nice break. And yes, his staging will be interesting, but because it's such a nice, slow song, people will remember how he looks. So maybe that's actually something that will work in his favor. Because, I mean, juries will definitely appreciate this. I think it'll get some jury points from almost every jury. Not, 8, 10, or 12, but I can see this constantly getting some points, which then should put Italy, top 10, I'd say, for sure.
Thank you, Georgia. Yeah, I kind of agree. I think I can see it picking up lots of points. I'm looking at Mick, wondering if his Wi-Fi's holding out. I don't think it is. Mick, I'm going to give you 2 seconds. Can you hear me?
Blink, Mick, blink.
Yes, I can hear you. Yes,
You can.
Sorry,
Excellent.
it did go funny.
What do you think of Italy, Mick?
Italy. Lovely song. But I get distracted with the clown makeup. It kept reminding me of Coco in the bad old days. So that is a bit distracting. I think this will be Italy's worst performing song, I think, to be honest.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll find out. And finally, Martin, this is a sweet song, right? I actually think this is a really good entry. And maybe people are used to something a bit different from Italy. And the last few entries from Italy have been real standout. Maybe this is not so obvious, in terms of how Italy have staged, particularly Eurovision songs of late. But this can still do well, right?
I must admit, I'm going the other way because was it 2016 the last time that the winner from Sanremo didn't make it Stadio and they sent Francesca Michelin, which ended up 15th, 16th. I could see this happening again. I think, unfortunately, if Ollie had gone, that would have probably been a sort of fairly solid 5th place, jury love, male balladeer. I think this, unfortunately, it's nice. It's nice to see something from Italy that's different. But unfortunately, for me, it takes too long to sort of get into it. And I think if it's in the wrong place in the running order, this could be forgotten. If it's sort of first half with some of the favourites nearby, then I think that this could end up again being the right hand side of the leaderboard for Italy. I think its only hope is really it's near the end of the running order. I think jurors might still pick up some points for it, but yeah, I'm not seeing a great televote love, but who knows? But I would seriously expect Italy to actually have quite a poor year, and then Sanremo to look at what they're going to do in the situation where the winner doesn't want to go. Do they automatically just go to number 2, or do they think, actually, you know what, we'll pick what we think is the best one for Eurovision from the super finalists? But no. But yeah. There you go. I think out of all of the big 6 this year, the top 5, the big 5, and Switzerland, for me, Italy's the weakest.
I think, though, you've got to remember, Sanremo wasn't built for Eurovision, right? It's its own standalone contest. And same with the Albanian FIC contest. It's just a music competition in Albania. But what we shall see, not long to wait. Guys, top 10 or middling or not? Let's find out. Ready? 3, 2, 1. I think it'd be top 10. Okay, so I think it's pretty much a fairly even spread. All right, so we move on. Spain next. Melody with Esa Diva, which means that diva. Spain have participated 63 times in Eurovision with 2 wins, but I mean, by far, out of these 6 songs tonight, they've waited the longest, haven't they? 1969 was the last Spanish winner. Melody is incredibly well known in Spain. She's 25 years of experience. She is she's a singer, she's a performer, she's a comedian. There's so many things that this lady does. 30 singles and 6 albums in her career to date. What do we think of Spain? I mean, this is everything you'd expect from a Spanish entry. Latin, flamenco inspired, up-tempo pop. Elliot, is this one for you?
Oh God, no. This is such a mess. I wish I could say something more about this, but oh my God, Spain, you actually had quite a few, 1 or 2 decent songs in your selection. I mean, I think Benidorm Fest as a whole has sank like a stone the last 2 years, quality-wise. When they brought that woman back from the national after Blanca's result as a head of delegation, the quality has fallen really bad. But when this won, I thought, oh dear, here we go. And then the revamp, oh, here we go again. Like, it is a mess. I think she is going to do far too much on stage like a Benidorm Fest, and we heard in the semi-final her big note, and it was dire. And even people in Spain are saying, yeah, this is going nowhere. Some people absolutely hate this song, even in Spain. Honestly, I'm going to spoil my result now. This has got everything set up for it to come dead last in the final. I don't see who from a jury sense is going to vote for this, and I don't think in a public sense who's going to vote for this. Yeah, honestly, sorry, Melody, I know you've waited 16 years to get to Eurovision, but this was not it at all. Sorry. Yeah, for me, dead last.
Do you know, it's funny because when I listen to this song, I can't get the hype. I really can't get the hype. Georgia, I mean, this seems to be one the fans are loving. Does it work for you? Is it one that's on your playlist?
I want to like it. I mean, the message behind the song is great, and I do applaud her for giving it her all every single time. I mean, every party performance I've seen, she's really giving it her all, which is great. But the song, I don't know, I keep forgetting it's here. And when I remember it, it's always like, oh, it's the song from last year, because I feel the vibes are kind of similar, but also very different, because I actually like last year's song, and this year I just think it tries too hard. It's too, I think too much. I think that's the best way to describe it. And I think I agree. This is probably going to be somewhere very close to the bottom, because who's going to vote for this? I just don't see it working.
It reminds me a lot of Spain's entry from a few years ago, Lavender, where everyone was really hyping that song and it just didn't deliver in the final. Phil and Michelle, can you see this doing well?
Well, I think there must be some like rule that at least one country has to send a song like this, and it's either Spain or Cyprus usually, and this year it's Spain's turn. It's just...
It's got every Eurovision cliche going.
Oh yeah, it's just...
Oh yeah.
There's nothing that we haven't heard before, I think is the problem with it. It doesn't sound new or original, it just sounds like something else. And that's my problem with it. I mean, it's okay. You know, it's a banger, but it's nothing new.
Yeah, and even the staging that she did isn't original either. I mean, we've all seen dresses being whipped off, haven't we? Yeah. And then she comes down on a little thing, and she's on her back with the camera there, and it's just sort of shoehorning everything into it. And the song is quite frankly forgettable. I can't. How's it go, Stu? Sing it.
Ba, 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 ba. Like every Spanish song.
It's like she's there. It's like she's in the room.
Pop quiz, right? We should just pause for the pop quiz, because there has to be a Swedish, kind of link somewhere, right? Thomas Geirsson has co-written the song. How many songs has this guy written for? Let me rephrase that. How many countries has this guy written for in Eurovision history?
Me. Michelle Harrison, ESC Fan TV. All of them.
All of them.
Yeah.
9 countries: Sweden, Norway, Spain, Denmark, Georgia, Cyprus, Malta, Armenia, and France. There you go. It gets everywhere. Brendan, is this for you?
I agree more with Georgia. I really want to like it. I love a Spanish ballad and just a big beating song like this, but it's just got everything in it and it's wrong. There's too much going on, and it just results in an absolute mess. It's just so forgettable.
Yeah, I agree, Brendan. Mick, is this one you'll be dancing to on Eurovision night? And do you think the fans and the audience will be picking up their phone to vote for it? Hello, Mick.
Hello, sorry. I just zoned out there. I think that's what the Spanish song does for me. I was just trying to think of something.
He had another
she threw
browser up,
everything
wasn't he? He was on some app or something, looking while I'm asking questions. Sorry, Mick, put your grinder down. Back in the room, please.
I agree with everybody else. I am so desperate for Spain to actually win again.
Thanks, Mick. I think Mick's having some issues with his Wi-Fi, bless him. But hey, wouldn't be an ESC Fan TV show without technical issues. Martin, round this one off.
Well, I think I'm the odd one out here because I actually like Spain's entry with Melody. I think in the national final, for me, it was by far the best one of the whole lot. She sells it amazingly well. She's got charisma. She connects with the screen. I mean, this is in my top 10, to be quite honest with you. I really love this song, and it's in my head. So, you know, obviously it's stuck in my head. And yeah, I mean, I could see where it wouldn't necessarily connect, and I can probably see that it might not get a top 10, but I think it's not going to be down the bottom of the leaderboard. But yeah, it's fun. There's not really anything else out there this year that's much like it. And again, I think it depends where it's going to land as to how well it's going to do. If it's near the end of the running order, I think that there'll be people who are slightly more merry than they were at the beginning of the show and think about voting for it. So therefore, it will get the votes from the public. But yeah, it's not going to be a jury vote winner, that's for sure. But yeah, I like it. So therefore, that's my verdict. So it's just me then, and all the rest of you don't like it. Never mind.
But we're about to see. By the way, that concept didn't work for May Muller, Martin. Just saying. Anyway, let's find out.
Far better than May Muller. God.
It is, to be fair. Top 10. Do we think yes or no? 3, 2, 1. Off we go.
No, even I don't think it's top
10. Sorry, Spain. A lot of people will disagree. I think it's doing pretty well in the OGay voting at the minute. Okay, let's move on to Switzerland, the host country. Zoe Me with the song Voyage. Switzerland have participated 64 times, 3 wins. I don't need to tell you that one of them was the great Celine Dion. Last year, Nemo won with The Code. Zoe Me describes herself as the little fairy. It's like Eurovision has always been in her blood. She sings in both German and French, blending poetic pop with chanson. What do we think of the song? We've lost Phil and Michelle. What do we think of the song Voyage? Elliot, let's come to you first.
Oh my God, I absolutely like Voyage is incredible. It's in a year or so of such big, mad, wild songs, this just takes you on such a nice, gentle journey. And it's very fitting that the song is called Voyage, and the story behind it is stunning as well. It's basically saying flowers grow stronger when you let them blossom instead of cutting them down. So basically, lift each other up, don't put them down. I will go with you. It's stunning. She sings it so ethereally and so lovely. It's stunning. The only issue is its running order, song 19. That is normally where an ad break is, 18 and 19 or something. So I am worried they're going to put, normally a winner goes around, and so I can see Sweden going right before this. Slight ad break, Zoe comes out. Are you going to remember this after Kyra on stage, for example? Even if it's the host, I don't know. I think juries are going to absolutely flock to this because it's beautiful, it's stunning. I think a lot of people will feel something in their heart like I do when I hear this. Televote, I don't know, but I still think it can do very, very well. It's a fantastic host entry. She's a stunning singer, and we can claim a bit to it because one of the songwriters is British, she's Scottish, so we can have a little bit of a claim to that as well.
Thank you very much, Elliot. Martin, this is an interesting entry, actually, and there's a lot of people that do quite like this, and you just don't know. I mean, the staging is going to be something that I guess we'll find out. We don't know what's going to happen there, but it could really have that wow factor. Could you see Switzerland potentially doing it 2 in a row?
No. Perfect host entry. It's really nice. She sings it really well. I suspect to be staged beautifully, but it's very calm. And yeah, I just think it will get some jury love. She'll probably be you'll see her a few times where the 12 comes up for Switzerland, and that's probably going to be about it. So, and then when we get televote, then Switzerland will drop off the board. But yeah, it's a nice song. As some people have been saying, it's going to be vying with Luan for the best French language song this year, unless Claude does the business for Netherlands. And yeah, it's not a winner. I'm sure Switzerland don't really want to win like most hosts. Personally, I think that they should just stick the host entry up front as a reward for winning the previous years. But there you go. That's just my thought. And yeah, a nice song. And I think it might be sort of mid-table somewhere.
Thank you, Martin. Georgia, there's only been one Eurovision winner from position 19. By the way, does anyone know who that is? No. Ellen Nicky with Running Scared for Azerbaijan.
Oh,
that
God.
was position 19. Yeah, it's the only Eurovision winner from position 19. You know what the question's going to be? Could this be a second? And the answer will be no. But I thought I'd ask it anyway.
Yeah, no, sadly not, but I do absolutely love this song. I think it's so beautiful, and it gets just dramatic enough towards the end where it does kind of keep your interest. And also Zoe is from Basel, so she'll be able to sing it in her hometown, which I think is even more, it will be really special to her, and I think she'll be able to show that on stage. And I think, I hope they get like close to a top 10 finish, maybe. This is obviously not going to win. But yeah, it's just, I can't even describe it. It's beautiful.
Thank you, Georgia. Brendan, it is beautiful. And it would be a travesty if this doesn't do too well, but I'm sure it will. What are your thoughts?
I agree with Martin. It's a very sweet song, but it's one of those very safe host country songs. It's there. It'll get some jury points. It'll get some 12 points here, and it'll do all right in the public. But it'll sit there, and I think it's the bottom end of the top 10. It's just that courtesy. I'm quite happy getting some points. There we are. It's not there to compete.
Thank you,
but
Brendan.
I love the song.
Oh, thank you. And Phil and Michelle, round this one off. You're going to Basel. You're going to be there. You're going to champion this song, and you'll be able to tell us whether you want to go back to Basel the following year. But how do you think this will do?
For me, whenever this comes up on like Spotify playlist, I always think, well, this is quite nice. Oh yeah, it's Switzerland, isn't it? And then afterwards, I forget it again. It's just nice. It's harmless. It's okay, but it's not too memorable for me. And I think that's the problem I have with it.
It's middle of the road. We won it last year song. We don't want to do anything offensive. We don't want to come last like Austria did with their flaming piano. And it's just a middle of the road, nice enough song that is forgettable, but it'll get enough. It'll get enough sort of votes, like the 3s and the 4s sort of thing from juries, because they won it last year. Yeah. And it'll just scrape through enough televotes that it doesn't come in the last quarter of the voting. It's nothing special.
Well, we're going to find out if Switzerland are going to make the top 10 or not. What do we think, gang? Ready? 3, 2, 1. I think they will. Oh, you see, I think there's a lot more positivity this time around. Maybe 50-50. Maybe 50-50. All right, last evening, the United Kingdom. Remember Monday with the song What the Hell Just Happened? The UK have participated in 66 times,
Let me just
5
make sure
victories.
that on it, Phil.
Should we just be quiet and just let Phil and Michelle talk because they're not on mute? So we all heard that, Michelle. We're looking forward to the reveal. Anyway, UK have participated 66 times, 5 victories. The last was in 1997, although it should have been 2022. Only joking. This is a really interesting entry from the United Kingdom. And when it first came out, I think everyone was like, what the hell just happened? Quite literally. I think it's grown on a lot of people now. It's starting to increase up the betting odds, but not that really matters and doesn't really mean too much. We don't know how it's going to be staged. We know they can sing. Probably they could arguably be of the top 3 artists vocally at the contest. Brendan, we shouldn't be dreaming of a potential victory, right?
Unfortunately not. I think, as everybody else, as you said, it was one of those where I go, oh goodness, what the heck's this? What the hell just happened? But it has grown on me. I do enjoy it, but I feel it's more my bias towards doing. We're all going to support UK no matter what, aren't we? So I think there's the typical bias where I'm going, it's going to do well, but it's not. But they're fantastic singers. It's a good song.
I think there is always that, though, isn't there? Every year you kind of go, oh, I've got to get behind this because it's a UK entry. And Georgia, I'll come to you shortly because you could give us a completely different view, I guess. But from a UK perspective, we kind of like just have to kind of get on with it and go, yeah, we like it now. When in reality, at the end of this contest, I'll probably never play this bloody song again. Martin, what are your thoughts on it?
There you go. Well, I must admit, I do like what the hell just happened. And it's nice that we've sent people who can actually blooming sing again for a couple of years where we haven't had really people who can sing brilliantly live. So we're in the same ballpark as Sam Ryder now. They can sing excellently. Saw them at LEP. They can harmonise beautifully. They were at the one show on Friday and we saw what appears to be their movement around the stage, which I suspect is what they're going to be doing in Basel, because it's much the same as they've been doing at LEP. So I can't imagine they got 2 sets of dancing. Again, this is going to be down to staging as to how well it is. And yeah, I'm fully behind this. I've played this all the time on the radio show because I actually think it's a damn good song. And it would be nice if us Brits actually get behind this rather than being the moaning bastards that we always are with everything in life. So how about we all just get behind it and whatever happens, happens, really. But I'd like to think it's not going to be bottom 5 for a start. And I think this will be a decent one for the juries. Not sure about how the public are going to take this. But again, it could be staging. It could be where it's going to be in the running order as to how far up the table it's going to be. I think this year is going to be a 2011. A lot of people are thinking Sweden and Austria. I think this is wide open this year. I think there's quite a lot of entries that could win depending on lots of on the night factors and where they're in the running order. I'm not saying the UK is one of them, but we could do a lot better than people think we're going to do.
Well said, Martin. Yeah, you're right. We should stop being so miserable and get behind the entry. But you know, I don't know. There's been some interesting entries of the last few years. It's hard to break the cycle, I guess. Elliot, this is a song which does hinge on staging. If they don't bring it and bring something spectacular, this is going to be a hard 3 minutes. I tell you what I find about the song, because I always think you need to go back to the first time you heard it, because the majority of you will hear it for the very first time. The first time I heard it, I'm like, after about a minute, please stop. And that's the truth. Sorry, Martin, I'm going to do my little negative rant now to balance yours out. And I got about a minute in, I'm like, please turn this off. I can't do this anymore. So I wonder how this is going to go. But with the right staging, it will draw me in and it will keep me entertained. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, well, first and foremost, we're British. Moaning is what we do best. So I think everyone needs to accept that. Yeah, they have said it's going to be theatrical, and it makes sense because this is very much a theatre musical song. The biggest issue for me is going in one tempo, then it changes, then it goes, and there's no flow. And because I think some elements of this are fantastic, and the 3 of them can sing fantastically together. So the jury will respect it because they can sing, and they can sing well, which is nice. Competitive, again, I've got to come back. I don't know in a year like this who's going to pick, go for something like this realistically, but I think it's still.
Oh, you've muted yourself.
I think it will be a big push for the semi-final when we're put between JJ and Claudia. If it stands out there, it stands a chance because you've got two very big, strong voices. It's sandwiched between. I'm hopeful, but I'm also prepared for the worst, to be honest, because the staging could knacker their voices, I think. So they're going theatrical, it could be too much. So I guess we've got to wait and see what they do.
Not long to wait. Not long to wait. Phil and Michelle, you'll be there. This is oh, I just knew it. I just knew it.
Yes, Stu, how can we help you?
No words. No words. I'm just going to give you, the floor to say what you want to say.
Miserable old bastards, all of you. Stu, you especially are a miserable old bastard. Well, just get behind it. Yes, we come last. Who cares? This is what we do best, apart from queuing. We get behind our song. It comes last, and we go, oh, I never liked that one. But for now, until it comes last, we're going to get behind it 100%. They can sing.
They can sing.
Beautiful at singing. And the songs, yeah, all right, yeah, but there's a place for it. And I think the place for it is Eurovision.
Yeah. I think I really like them. I think they've got fantastic voices. They sing really well. And when I first heard the song, it starts off slow and then it kicks in. And I thought, this is actually great. And then it stops again. And I really wish it didn't do that. I wish it kept the same tempo. Once it gets going, I wish it sort of kept up tempo until the end.
But maybe there's going to be a change. There's going to be a change. Look at Sam Ryder. Nobody knew he was going to get a magical guitar that just appeared towards the end and rock it out at the end, did he? So maybe there is something like that, and we just don't know.
Yeah.
But as a person from the UK, I'm going to get it behind it 100%, and I think everybody should.
Yeah.
If you're from the UK. Thank you.
Yeah, there you go. So we've done the UK people. Now let's go to Germany and find out what they really think. Georgia, the floor is yours to either make our day or break our hearts.
Right. This one's so difficult because I think the girls seem so lovely and I want to go on like a girls' night out with them. Their voices are great. It's just the song. It's a very musical theater song, but it's missing the musical. Like, I don't know. I could see this work within the musical as sort of, a mid song, but without sort of a backstory. It's just kind of what happened and not in a good way. So I don't know. I think staging is going to be tricky because if they do too much, it's just going to be too overwhelming. And if they do too little, it's just going to seem really weird. So I don't know. I mean, I'm hoping this could be like top 15 maybe if they surprise us all with some really good staging. But I don't know. I don't think I've listened to it once, like completely. I always skip it halfway through because I'm like, okay, just doesn't keep my attention really.
So there you go. There you go.
Oh,
so
Stu, could I just interject? Can I just interject? I'm not going to be mean to Georgia because Georgia's lovely. No. Her opinion's her opinion. But I think maybe the staging, how they sort of come forward and everything and whatnot if you've seen it before. I think behind it's going to be like what happened so that we know what they're on about, because obviously we don't know what they're on about. And I think the back of it, they're going to go like the tattoo and it's going to show how she got the tattoo and what's going on. And I think that's going to explain everything.
Who knows?
Well, we're going to find out very soon. Let's find out, first of all, whether we think the UK is going to finish top 10 or not. 3, 2, 1. No, sadly not. Sadly not. Martin's positive, Michelle's positive, and everybody else is living in reality. Sorry, guys. All right, that's us done. That's your ESC Fan TV Saturday night. I'd like to say a massive thank you to my panel. First of all, from the Let Me Be the One radio show and podcast. Phenomenal to see you again, Martin, and great to do this. Thank you for being on.
Yes, thank you so much. Yes, sort of seeing that 3 of us here are all on the first one. It's been nice that we're still going all this time later and still reviewing Eurovision songs.
6 years. We don't look a day older either. Fantastic to see you in Georgia.
Yes, thank you. It was great to be on the show, and let's all stay positive.
And I don't know if it's me that's the Wi-Fi's going. Apologies if you're getting technical issues here. Elliot, great to see you.
Thank you. I cannot wait to be widely wrong with everything I said tonight and on Thursday, and this to be held against my will and haunting me for the rest of the time.
And thank you to Brendan.
Thank you for having me. It's been fantastic. Now's the time to get excited. We're not far away.
I know, we're just a few short days away now, not long at all. And finally, lastly, but not leastly, it's great to see Phil and Michelle. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you.
This dress surely should die soon. I've had it so long. And look, my arm, I don't know if you can see that my armpits have worn out and the red's gone off the sequins.
Right. Well, we're going to see that in Basel, though, right? We're seeing all over social media.
No, we're not
Basel. It's a different dress. You're not taking it.
No, we're not taking our Union Jack kits with us.
Oh, there's a first.
Yeah, it is. We're not taking them.
Oh, well, have a wonderful time regardless. Guys, stay tuned to ESC Fan TV. Lots of fun stuff coming. But until then, bye for now. Bye-bye.
Bye.